All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're diving deep into the world of student financial support.
A great choice for a deep dive. And we've got a ton to unpack thanks to RoleCatcher. Their guides, interview tips, platform insights, it's all here.
It's like they've created this ultimate toolkit for anyone even thinking about this career,
Totally.
which is awesome because I think a lot of people hear student financial support and their eyes glaze over. Spreadsheets,
Yeah.
right?
They think it's all like crunching numbers in a cubicle somewhere.
Mm.
But RoleCatcher flips the script on that.
They do. Their guide really captures the energy of this role, and it's not what you'd expect.
Not at all. It's way more dynamic, way more human.
Okay, so paint the picture for us. What does a student financial support coordinator actually do?
Think of it less like a number cruncher and more like um, a financial detective meets guidance counselor.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about this detective work.
So you're navigating this maze of financial aid options. You're demystifying loan stuff, and you're basically holding the hands of students and their families through what can be a super stressful process.
Right, because college is a huge investment and families are feeling the pressure more than ever.
Exactly. And that's where this role becomes so crucial. I mean, with student debt constantly making headlines,
Yeah, it's a hot topic.
the demand for these professionals is only going up.
Which makes total sense. More students need guidance, more families are looking for solutions, and these coordinators are the ones with the answers.
They are.
And speaking of answers, what I found really interesting in RoleCatcher's guide is their whole breakdown of essential skills. I mean, obviously you need to know the financial side of things, but
There's a whole other dimension to it, right? It's not just about the numbers. It's about people.
it's about connecting with people.
Exactly. And RoleCatcher breaks it down into percentages, which I find fascinating. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Active listening tops the list at 57%.
Wow, 57%. I would put money on knowing like every single detail of the FAFSA form being number one, but active listening, that's huge.
It's about really hearing what the student and their family are going through, because often it's a lot.
Because it's not just about the numbers on a page, right? It's about the weight those numbers carry for people's lives. No two situations are the same, are they?
Not even close. You're uncovering their unique circumstances, sometimes even challenges they didn't realize they qualified for support with. It's about connecting the dots for them in a way that makes sense to them.
It's like being that translator between the financial jargon and the human experience of pursuing education.
100%.
So a lot of empathy involved, I imagine. And speaking of the human experience, RoleCatcher doesn't shy away from the emotional side of this field, do they?
No, they get real. In fact, there's a whole section on the pros and cons.
Yeah.
On the plus side, you're making a tangible difference in people's lives, and the job security is usually pretty solid.
Okay, I gotta say, those are two pretty major perks: helping people and job security. It's not often you find that combo. But like you said, they don't sugarcoat things.
Yep. They get real about the potential downsides, too. This job's not for the faint of heart.
So tell me more about those challenges. What really stood out to you?
Well, the big one, especially during peak times, is stress. Think tight deadlines, complex cases, and managing the expectations of students and families who, frankly, might be misinformed about their options.
Oh, yeah.
It can be a lot to juggle. But that's also where those soft skills, that human touch, become even more vital. And RoleCatcher shares a really powerful story in their guide about this financial aid professional who used active listening to help a student who was literally about to drop out.
Okay, see, those are the stories that get me fired up. It's about real impact. Tell me more about that.
So this student walks in, totally overwhelmed, convinced they wouldn't be able to afford to stay enrolled.
I can only imagine.
And instead of just like bombarding them with loan options or generic advice, this financial aid pro just listens, really listens.
Creating that safe space for the student to just like open up.
Exactly. And through that, they uncover this scholarship opportunity the student had no clue about, something super specific to their field of study and their background. The student ends up getting enough funding to not just stay in school, but also reduce their overall debt.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's not just crunching numbers, it's changing lives. One conversation, one scholarship, one solution at a time.
Absolutely. And it's incredibly rewarding.
Right.
But we've got to be real. It's not always sunshine and roses, right? There are going to be situations that are heartbreaking, where you can't wave a magic wand to make everything perfect. And RoleCatcher acknowledges that.
Right, they keep it real.
They do. It's about going in with your eyes wide open, understanding you're not a miracle worker, but you are this incredible resource for students at such a pivotal point in their lives.
You're a guide, an advocate, a lifeline sometimes.
Exactly. And that brings us to another important point RoleCatcher covers. How to actually break into this field.
Okay, yeah, because knowing you want to make a difference is great, but you got to have a plan, right?
For sure. So they emphasize internships. And not just checking the box, but really diving in, getting hands-on experience.
Because, come on, seeing how things actually work in a financial aid office is way different from reading about it in a textbook.
Night and day. It's one thing to read about FAFSA forms and loan programs. It's a whole other ballgame to actually help a student navigate them, answer their questions, and see how those policies translate to real life.
So, internships crucial. What else?
RoleCatcher also talks about certifications, specifically the Certified Financial Aid Administrator, or CFAA, and the Certified Student Loan Professional, CSLP.
So those are like the gold stars on your resume, right? Showing employers you've got the knowledge to really deliver.
Exactly. It demonstrates a serious commitment to the field. You're not just messing around.
You're here to make a difference. It's about standing out, especially in a competitive job market. Speaking of standing out, we have to talk about RoleCatcher's interview prep resources. Their AI-powered feedback tool is mind-blowing.
Seriously. It's like having a personal interview coach in your pocket 24/7. You can practice answering common questions, get specific feedback on your responses,
It's wild.
and even work on your virtual interview skills, which is huge these days.
It's like they thought of everything. But what I appreciate is that they don't just focus on the technical stuff.
Right. They get it.
They understand that landing a job in student financial support, it's about more than just knowing your stuff. It's about conveying your passion, your empathy, that genuine desire to help students thrive.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And RoleCatcher's whole platform seems to cultivate that.
It's true.
They get that this field is this unique blend. Financial expertise?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But also human connection. And their resources, from those career guides we talked about to the interview tools, they all reflect that.
It's holistic. You know, they're not just helping you get a job, they're helping you prepare to actually excel in a career where you can make a real difference. And not to jump ahead, but I want to hear more about their platform as a whole, because when I was poking around on there, I was seriously impressed.
Oh yeah, RoleCatcher is in a league of its own. They've got over 3,000 career guides spanning all sorts of industries.
2000, it's a gold mine.
Totally. But what's super relevant for us, obviously, are the guides tailored specifically to student financial support. And these guides are like roadmaps. You know, they map out different career paths within the field, show potential growth opportunities, even give you the inside scoop on salary expectations.
So you can really envision yourself in this role at different stages of your career.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on their practice interview question database. They have over 120,000.
I'm not even kidding, 120,000.
Yeah, covering everything from those general behavioral questions you always get to very specific scenarios you might encounter in a financial aid office.
It's incredible.
It's an amazing resource.
It's like prepping for a financial aid interview Olympics. You'd be unstoppable. But it's more than just the volume of resources, right? It's how they've organized it all.
Right. They've really thought of everything. They even have this feature. It's called Career Compass.
Okay, Career Compass. That sounds promising. What's that all about?
So it's designed to help you actually visualize your career path within student financial support. You can explore different roles, see potential growth paths.
Ah, so you can be like, in 5 years, I want to be that person in the financial aid office.
Exactly. And you can even get personalized recommendations for professional development opportunities.
Yeah.
So whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, RoleCatcher has your back.
They've got you covered at every stage. Love it.
They really do. And you know, what I find so inspiring about all of this, about RoleCatcher's whole approach, is their underlying mission. They're not just connecting people with jobs, they're connecting people with purpose.
That's a really powerful way to put it. Because at the heart of it, this field is about so much more than just the numbers, the deadlines, the paperwork.
It's about making a real, tangible difference in the lives of these students, helping them get past those financial hurdles and reach their dreams.
It's about being that guiding light, that advocate, that resource, especially during a time that can feel so overwhelming.
Absolutely. And, you know, as we wrap up this deep dive, I think it's important to remember the need for people like this, for compassionate, skilled student financial support professionals. It's only got to keep growing.
Especially now with education costs through the roof, student debt, a constant worry. It's like the world needs these heroes now more than ever.
100%. So to everyone listening, if you're feeling that pull toward a career that's truly meaningful, where you can make a real difference, explore this field. explore student financial support.
Couldn't agree more. And RoleCatcher has given us so much to think about today, so many incredible resources to tap into.
They have. And I think, for me, if I had to boil it down to one big takeaway, it'd be this. In a world obsessed with numbers, never underestimate the power of human connection. Because sometimes the most valuable thing you can offer a student is a listening ear, a compassionate heart, and that unwavering belief in their potential.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive. We hope you found this exploration of student financial support as informative and inspiring as we did.
Definitely check out RoleCatcher's platform. Explore those resources. Who knows? You might just find your calling.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.